Hello everyone, this is Kyrix, welcoming you to Let's Play Pony Fantasy VI. I, for one, think they've missed a golden opportunity to call this Pony Fantasy VI Friendship with Magicite, but that's just me and my corny sense of humor. Now, seeing this on this channel, most of you are more familiar with my music videos, which are the only thing besides this currently on this channel. This is actually the third Let's Play that I've started. The other two are currently on another account, but if this gets good views and you people like it, I'll probably move the others to here. So I will be doing a lot of expositionary dialogue over this little intro. Unlike some other people, I will not be reading all of the text to you, but I will try and remember that you are going to be reading it, and I will be summarizing most of the text. Let's see, little background on me, for those of you who care, and I'm really not that interesting, but I got into this fandom pretty close to the start of Season 2, maybe about a month or two before Season 2 began. Which, of course, gave me plenty of time to hit up YouTube and get caught up on all the episodes, and then watch the new ones as they came out. My personal favorite pony out of the group is Rarity, though I like pretty much all of them except Applejack. Something about her just bores me. I don't know. I don't hate her, she just doesn't do it for me, you know? This here is a fan mod, obviously, of Final Fantasy VI using resprites of ponies, but there's a little more to it than that. There are some dialogue changes and several gameplay changes. For example, several of the bosses have been made harder, like the 8 dragons, for example. They've been massively increased in difficulty. Spells tend to cost more MP now. So, let's see. Okay, I do control this. So, spells are a little harder to use. Characters have been completely rearranged. For example, without giving spoilers of who it is, Locke is now a tool user, whereas Edgar is a magic user. Cyan has Sabin's blitzes, and Gao can attack. Now, I've played this game all the way through, and between my own play experience and watching Fee's Let's Play of this, which you should watch, by the way, she's awesome, I pretty much know everything there is in this game. I might still find a couple things that surprise me, but more or less I know what I'm doing here. And, the story reshuffle actually works really well, I believe. You know, I mean, the villain they got to replace Kefka is just wonderfully maniacal, and you get a real sinister sense from him that I didn't get from Kefka until the end of the game. And let's see, what else? Like I said at the start, I'm sure if this becomes even remotely popular, I might relocate some of my other Let's Plays to this. I will try and keep the language under control here, but it might slip out, and it slips out a lot more noticeably in my other ones. Also, be aware that I tend to have a pretty random thought process, so you're going to hear some really weird stuff out of me from time to time. Basically, if you sit here and think, did he actually just say that? Chances are, yes, I did, and I might be just about as shocked about it as you are. Aside from this little slow walk to the place that was formerly known as Narsh, there isn't a whole lot for me to commentate on here besides, like I said, giving you an exposition dump and some background. I will not be doing too much grinding, and most of what I do will be off-screen. Most of my spell grinding will take place in the latter half of the game when I actually need them. And it won't take as long because they've tweaked the encounter rates of a certain enemy that make it easier to grind spells. And unlike Final Fantasy VI, Pony Fantasy VI does not give spells to everybody. There are about 6 or 7 characters in the entire cast that can use spells, and I don't think one of them... I know one of them can, but if my number's correct, only 6 of them can actually learn their own spells. That whole number 51 thing has to do with a reference of our friend here, our mystery pony, who doesn't look like anyone we recognize. No, no siree. Having killed a whole bunch of Imperial soldiers in a matter of seconds. Now, one gameplay change you'll notice is that even though I'm not playing the mystery pony, I have access to all of the Magitech weapons, which is freaking awesome. It's a small change, considering that you only get Magitech armor 3 times in the game, but it's a fun change. Now, despite my claims of not doing a lot of grinding, I will be fighting every enemy that's scheduled here, because one of the neat things about this game is that your characters, when they're introduced, are scaled in level with the average XP of your party. So, for example, if I recruit quote-unquote Edgar when I'm level 12, they'll be near level 12. If I'm level 20, they will be around level 20. So, it makes sense to do a lot of your grinding in the first half of the game, well, before you get your third character, rather, so that it makes it easier to get your other characters. I will not be using the cheat trick of doing the river, although I do that during my own gameplays. I'm going to try not to overgrind, because if you watch my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, I did a lot of off-screen grinding to get the job levels up. This had the unfortunate side effect of really supercharging my actual level. So, in that game, I am obscenely high level for what I need to be. And I want to try to avoid that here, although I will say, even at 99, this game can present a challenge because of the reshuffling of the bosses. Oh, other game mechanic. There are a couple spells that have been changed and altered, like, there used to be a spell called Regen that you learned from Kieran. That spell no longer exists, which is fine because I never used it anyway. In its place is now Cure 4. Cure 4 combines Cure 3 with Regen, so they took a spell that you wouldn't normally use and made it very useful. And after this fight, I need to open my menu and see what my max hit points are, so I have a general idea of how injured I actually am without going critical. Yay, Mystery Pony gained a level. Ooh, yeah, I do need to heal. I need to heal quite badly. That will be taken care of in my next random encounter. Or my next scheduled one, whichever happens first. Scheduled, I believe. Yep. Oh, they tweaked the rates here. In the normal battle, there would be 2 guards and 2 Vomanos. I guess it's taking pity on us for all the hard stuff that they throw at us later. One thing I've noticed is Final Fantasy really doesn't want to let you fail in the beginning half, because they will send obscenely easy encounters in the original opening. Like, pretty much anything except the boss is going to be one-shotted no matter what I do in this game with the Magitech armor. And I really wish you had other ways to keep Magitech armor or use it in the game, because this is just fun and it looks cool, even if I can't go anywhere with it because it's too freaking big. And here we are in the mines of Naish, which is the name. I do know most of the town names. It's just for semi-spoiler reasons, I'm just gonna refer to them in their normal until we get to them, because some of you might be seeing this for the first time. In which case, I hope you find me entertaining and not terribly boring. That being said, this first video is going to be very boring because there's not too much going on except a couple of random encounters. Which, by the way, there is an item called the Moogle Charm that you get much later in the game that stops random encounters. I will be using that a lot, because I don't think you want to see me fight random encounters. You're here for story, you're here for possibly my commentary, and you're here to watch me fight bosses. I suppose if I get a bunch of serious requests that, we want to see you just killing random enemies for 3 hours, I could probably arrange that, but I don't know why you would. Speaking of which, here's the games exposition dump on telling me how to beat this boss. This is something in every single Final Fantasy that I've played at least as far back as 4, which is... The first boss has a gimmick. This one's gimmick is if he goes inside his shell, he will shoot me with lightning. And if I hit him with lightning, it'll heal him. But every single Final Fantasy first boss from 4 on up has a slight puzzle to them. His puzzle is I need to do massive amounts of damage to him before he gets inside his shell. With everyone firing tech missiles, I'll be surprised if he ever makes it inside his shell. Alright, color me surprised. If I had let off with that tech missile, this probably wouldn't happen though. And I'm going to heal because I'm going to have to. Oh. Well. Fancy that. You know, that doesn't look all that uncomfortable at all, her just reclining in that armor dead. Probably got a crick in her back from that. So let's tech this thing and wake her up. No. I have to hit him a little more. There we go. I needed another tech missile. The main difficulty in this is if you get hit by him by his lightning, or something happens to knock out one of your ponies, because at this point in the game you don't have any reviving items, so whoever gets knocked out stays knocked out. And that item, the big Macintosh apple, is your main healing item, but it has been tweaked so that it heals a lot more than the tonics of the Final Fantasy VI. The end result being some battles where enemies use those get a lot harder. There's a boss fight, I'm going to say maybe a quarter of the way through the first half of the game, that is going to be incredibly annoying because the guy will just use those back to back and heal himself to full because of the conversion rate. I think the way the Macintosh works is they heal something like a quarter of your health instead of, say, a flat number. Something like that. Okay, now I have control again. I'm going to ignore that pony for a moment and go down here and rate his clock. Because anyone who's played this or the original knows, people store elixirs in clocks. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to do it from this side just because I want to watch her walk around. And here's the slave crown that kept her controlled. Which would have been better if that had been visible on her during that scene. And now we are introduced to the Mystery Mare. She is, naturally, Twilight Sparkle. And of course the guards are none too pleased that he has an Imperial officer in his home. Now there was something I wanted to say a couple minutes ago, but it's completely slipped my mind. That's me, mine like a sieve. And here we have some random encounters. This is not fun. I think pincher attacks, in addition from keeping me from running away, also make me take more damage, but I don't remember. Now, there are treasure chests here, but I will not be getting them, because we will come through here a little later in the game, and they will be better treasures. So I'm just going to bypass those completely. Oh yeah, I forgot they did that. What, did it miss? Didn't even throw. Yeah, about half hit points. And the Red Delicious recovers some. And of course we're introduced to Kefka, who is Discord. Discord in the series was played very mischievously with a pretty strong hint of malice. In this game, he is a flat-out psychotic sociopath. He is just evil and cruel and hateful in every sense of the way. He's actually, I believe, nastier than Kefka was. Which, anyone who's played Final Fantasy VI knows what a monster he was. I think Discord might actually be worse in this game. Part of that might just be because I know about Discord as a character and I can tell the difference between the Discord from Season 2 and the Discord from Pony Fantasy VI. In case you're wondering, the pony immediately to Discord's left, which is my right, is General Sakura, and the one by Twilight is General Trixie. The Emperor is now played by Gilda, who has had her dialogue completely rewritten, and it is awesome, because it's just so ridiculous. And that was the city of Vector, which I believe this game has renamed Stalingrad. And here is our second playable pony. Well, the one that we get to control anyway. It's Apple Bloom, playing the part of Locke. And while Apple Bloom is our thief, she's also our tool user, which makes her much more powerful than Locke ever was from the original. Because Locke was a decent attacker, but the game was just broken if you used Edgar. Well, she has Edgar's ability of tools, so she's going to hit hard. But not right now, because I don't have any tools, because we're not supposed to have them yet. So for this part of the game, she's going to play exactly the way Locke would. And I just realized I have been skipping all that dialogue. I am sorry, people. The gist of it is, she's sent in here to get Twilight, and to be taken to the princess. Princess Celestia, naturally, who will be our Edgar. And of course, with this situation, we're about to be introduced to another playable pony, and my personal favorite Cutie Mark Crusader, Scootaloo. Yes, that's right. The Moogles are Scootaloos. And they cluck like chickens. Because this fandom is freaking awesome. No, Scootaloo, I know how. Thank you, though. Now, everyone has their own techniques, but most of them involve something similar to this, which is you spread out with your ponies, but you put one to block the thing in case the others get through. And you want to kind of divide it, because even though Apple Bloom and Scootaloo are the only ones who are going to get anything out of this, it makes sense to have them, what's the word, not worn out by the fight. If you spread the damage around, they're in better shape to take out the boss. And that random encounter, or that encounter, will start all on its own, with no input from me at all. Let's kill this thing before Blizzard to skip. Nope, too late. Well, that sucked. I could probably steal healing items from these things, but I don't want to bother. It's worth noting that if any of these parties are destroyed, or killed, or defeated, or sent to the glue factory, or however you want to phrase it, they will be teleported to the top with 1 hit point apiece. So even if you get taken out, you're still in the game. Scootaloo's sitting on a nice chunk of hit points there. It is worth noting that even though Scootaloo cannot fly, she does have the Pegasus Soar ability, which is this game's version of Jump, which normally is only attainable through a special relic. In this game, all Pegasi can do it. And I'm probably going to lose one of these Scootaloos. Oh, no. God, she hits hard, though. You know what, I think I'm just going to let Scootaloo take care of these things. She doesn't need the XP, but I need to get these things out of the way. And she can do the Volmammoths in one shot. Whereas Apple Bloom's just going to get torn apart. And that one can live. I'm just going to beat this guy up. It has boss music, but don't be mistaken, this is not a boss. This is just a thing that happens. Oh, Ringtail. That's another thing, is all the dances now have a healing thing to them as well. And most of the healing things tend to, cure the dance effects, so once I heal, I'll basically have control of Scootaloo again. And the game is usually pretty smart about it, unlike in Final Fantasy VI where it was random. If the game sees you really need healing, it will heal you. If it sees that you're fine, it'll do damage. So it's kind of a nice change. And now we bid the Scootaloos farewell. Yeah, I'm probably not half as entertaining when I'm not snarking at the game every 5 seconds. I'll try and dial that up a little bit more. Yeah, if you were to watch my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, you would swear that I must hate that game as much as I tear into it. The truth is, I'm just having fun making fun of it because it's kind of goofy. I love that game. It's one of my favorites. Oh, and on a side note, at this point, the season finale of Season 3, which is Princess Twilight, basically, will be in 2 days, because today is Thursday and that debuts Saturday. As soon as I have the footage from the end of Season 3 of clean footage, I will start making music videos again. For those who are interested, in the pipeline are a Discord video to the song Consequence Free, and at least 1 Rainbow Dash video. I've been meaning to make about 3 of them and never got around to it. Anyway, if you try to enter town, they will spot you, and you'll freak out and hide. Now in here is a little school place where if you're new to the game, which we've established I am not, you can come in here and it will give you important lessons on gaming. I will not be bothering with most of this. Quit getting in my way. But I'm going to take the free stuff after I kill this monster. Where are my hit points? I was told there would be hit points. Maybe I'm just not supposed to lose that battle, I don't know. Don't know how I could without actually letting them hurt me. You're in the way. Thank you. Free stuff, that's a recovery spring, which if I were to talk to that griffin it would tell me, this is a recovery spring. Use it to get your hit points back. Sleeping bag. I don't think anyone ever uses those except in the very first part of the game. By the time you have your 4th character, you have enough tents that you don't need sleeping bags anymore. So it's kind of a waste to keep having them. Sleeping bags are a single-person tent that does not revive from death. And I don't think it cures status either. Well, anyway. I have healed, and I will now leave Niche. I'm level 6 on Apple Bloom and 4 on Twilight Sparkle. And we will call it a day for now. I will do some grinding in the interim until Twilight is at least level 10. So this is probably not the only recording I will make today, but it doesn't matter to you because it just matters when I'll post it. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and goodbye for now.